All right. Get this full screen real quick. Just want to show off the little food real quick. Just want to show off. I got sausage and potatoes. You know what I'm saying? Bratwurst type shit. Let's get it going.
This podcast finished. That was the most abrupt way to do it. So let's explain.
What? Agent, I dare you piss me off, boy. What if Lo just got up and just... Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Lo looks sad as I feel like this makes him more sad than when he got caught,
Yo, bro. Listen. I've listened to almost every single episode of the Peer to Peer podcast, okay? This was kind of hit home for me. Because, well, you know, it's like I used to listen to it while playing basketball, you know, while boxing, while doing all sorts of things, you know? It got me through some times where I'm not motivated to do anything, and I just listen to it, and then it helped me get motivated to want to, you know, do what I need to do. But now it's ending, apparently, so that's always, you know, that's always great. I also had dreams of, like, me finally going to the Peer-to-Peer podcast, but that was, like, one of my dreams, too. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. I'm not going to stop anyone.
That was the most abrupt way to do it. So let's explain.
What? Agent, I dare you piss me off, boy. What if Lo just got up and just... Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Lo looks sad as I feel like this makes him more sad than when he got caught, What the f is this? What does he mean by this? What does addressing everything mean? 4-0. My nigga's a shooter, bro. Let me see what they talking about.
Yo, that podcast people listen to one on your legend of winning, aka.
Oh. I ain't trying to listen. I ain't trying to listen. What the f? What? Agent, you pissed me off. Agent, I dare you piss me off, boy.
This podcast finished. That was the most abrupt way to do it. So let's explain.
I kind of like shot it out there. I felt like, was that movie
It's a troll. They trolling.
with Tom Cruise and the Jets?
Top one.
Yeah, Top Gun, but with an alternative ending.
Yeah. Yeah, the last, like, I don't know. It's just a priority issue, I guess, more than anything else. The podcast is, I like doing podcasts. Me and Lo had a podcast since like 2014, maybe. It's been a while, bro. This is our third one.
No.
And
You keep ending them.
yeah,
You keep starting them and ending them.
that's true. So
You keep pushing me. Hey, man, we should do it, man. We should do it. And then at the end, you're like, I'm f***ing over it, dog. I'm
so
done.
there's a suite of different reasons. All of them have different levels of like.
Agent, I know you on your Twitch grind right now, GTA RP. You going? I texted this agent for no reason. I was driving home one day. I opened Twitch. I see Agent grind. I don't know. Someone told me like, just, yo, test he doing a good job, bro. This nigga, he's doing a good job. I understand. I'm saying like this Twitch. Please don't have that be one of the reasons. You need a peer-to-peer is fire, bro.
The most important one is this has just been less fun recently. And maybe that's just because other things have been way more fun. So then
Streaming.
Like, I think there's a misconception from people that don't know me all that well that I do things for money. I don't. I'm confident I'm gonna make my money regardless.
The average 120K pod, but when they have good guests and it goes crazy. I just feel like they just need to just get different guests on this motherfucker. You know? Not just like YouTubers and shit. I feel like they just gotta widen their horizons on the guests that they bring on this thing, and then it'd be more fun. But I know it's tough because there's a million podcasts out there and shit.
I just do things because I enjoy doing them, and I know if I enjoy doing it, at the end of the day, it'll work out for me. Even if it doesn't work out.
And 120 is not even bad. Bro, I've been seeing big niggas on podcasts that average like 10K views and shit. I seen Tate go on a podcast that has like 50K subscribers.
Money wise,
120 is great.
because I'm happier. I don't need a lot of money to be cool. So I just need to be comfortable. And comfortable just means the bare minimums for me. I didn't grow up with a ton of things. I just grew up with like people that cared. So that's the most important thing. So fun is the most important thing. I just been losing fun. Stream's been fun for me a lot. You have to think I have a lot of different channels. We have our playback channel together. I have the AMP channel. I have my stream. I have the gaming channel, which I also stopped
he does
on.
a
That
lot.
was the first thing I dropped.
He does a lot, though, Shaq.
I have my Agent Zero channel, which I've been struggling to upload on because I've been juggling so many different priorities. So one of them ends up taking the hit. And the podcast has been especially challenging because it's been less fun, but also been demanding because when we get a guest and the guest is only available at this specific time, now I'm having to drop what I'm doing to come to the pod. But the thing I could have been doing, who knows where that could have gotten me. So I remember I had a conversation with Caleb like a month or so ago. And he was like, hey man, you always end up like dropping things and your channels are like never see attention because you're just like the last thing you're worried about. And then I thought, like, that's a good point. So let's see, like, if I prioritize my stream, what can happen. And over the last month, I spent the majority of it streaming daily, and it's like quadrupled in size.
Hey, my man's Agent on that honeymoon stage right now, boy. Why you saying God? My boy Agent loving that streaming life. That's that honeymoon stage. Just wait till these little stupid ass niggas in the chat start annoying you and it becomes a fucking job and you wake up every day hating your life and it's depressing no matter how much money you make. Because you gotta look at these.
Can't even stream anymore after the money. Josh streamed while almost losing Corin on 24 hours of no sleep. Let's give Josh a hip hip hooray ready chat. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip.
Hooray! A little too detailed? Nah, that's. I'm just saying that could happen. I don't know. That's never happened to me. I never like woke up and like, you know.
NGL Rage, you look like a Triassic ichthyosaur.
I look like a what?
A Triassic ichthyosaur.
What about this nigga look like me? What about this nigga look like me?
I might need to get more food.
Not gonna lie. If you were in one of those animals,
nah, that's crazy.
You'd be a praying mantis.
Okay. Praying mantis are kind of cool. Listen, Agent is in that honeymoon stage.
I mean, yeah, I'm almost at 11K.
It went to like 3 to 4, and now it's like every time I
yeah.
pop on like 8 or 9.
He's at 10.
Bro,
But like,
Peer-to-peer was
about
done though,
viewership.
bro.
oh yeah,
It'll be like 3 to 4, and everybody else is on, but if people
I
other
see
people
what
be
you're saying. I
on,
see
it'll
what
be
you're
stuck at like 8, 9
That's
and going up.
tough.
I noticed that.
So like, it worked, but it didn't work because I'm different or something changed. It just worked because I don't know how to explain it to people. It's not just a time thing. Like the podcast doesn't take that much time. It's like an hour and a half, right? But
Shit like
it's,
2.5 hour, boy. Don't
it's
play
like
with me.
The strategy is where that's my strength. I'm not the most entertaining person on the planet, but I'm definitely smarter than most of the people you watch when it comes to strategy. It's the only reason why I'm still here. So the podcast gets none of that. Like I don't think about strategy at all for the pod. And I know that if I dedicated time to it, this would be a very large podcast. Not that I'm unhappy with where it's at, but there's always potential for growth. And to not see it make its potential feels like, what is the point of dedicating time to something I'm not dedicating attention to? And so the last month I've just been even less interested on top of the fact that I'm having less fun. The podcast is by far the least revenue generator. So even if I'd be like, oh, at least it makes a ton of money, it doesn't. I could dedicate that same time elsewhere and like 10x it. But it just like overall has been.
Guy ain't gonna lie, Low looks sad as. I feel like this makes him more sad than when he got caught.
Here's one thing you need to do before you start your holiday shopping. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first.
Watch this. I can show you how to get the sweetest deals online when you shop from me.
Shut the fuck up.
I could dedicate that same time elsewhere and like 10x it. But it just like overall has been like the least appealing thing. I'm not even bored on here. It's I guess more of a good problem to have, but everything else I'm doing is so fun and such high ceilings, whether it's playback, AMP, my stream, the Agent Zero channel. That when I'm doing stuff here, I just think like, yo, if I'm gonna do this, I should do it right. But I just don't have the capacity to do that. I just don't have the capacity to do that.
They'll look pissed. What if Lo just got up and started swinging on this? What if Lo just got up and just bitch started swinging on this nigga?
And it just feels like I'm treading water more than anything else. And so
you look tight.
Yeah, I guess that's
belly
like
flop,
the
nigga, just-
summarized way of putting it. I like doing, and on top of the fact that there's an A&P podcast coming out. Like, bro, I'm about to be on 2 podcasts, and that podcast is probably gonna be more demanding because there's gonna be 6 people on there, and so it's like now we got to work around 6 people's schedules.
Is there a podcast with that many people? 6 is crazy. Maybe certain days, maybe some weekends just don't have just have certain members type shit. I feel like 6 is crazy. I feel like there'd be a lot of niggas like I don't know. I feel like Chris is kind of crazy. Sidemen podcast. I ain't gonna lie to you, even though they had a podcast. I ain't gonna lie to you. Phantom never gonna be there. That's why I feel like some days should just have like a certain amount of members and shit. That'd be calm.
You know that?
Yeah, they know that. We promoted it like 3 months ago and then never talked about it again.
Oh, they could do 6.
But we built the
6
set
would
out,
probably work.
and that's coming soon. And I don't know what that's gonna look like, nor is that a replacement for this.
That's one big thing about podcasts, bro. Like how the aesthetic of it looks, how it looks on camera, for sure.
I could have really spent time and did both, but I could really I can gather a lot more responsibility.
Stop pausing, damn. What if I pause my dick in your mouth?
Right now, I'm thinking that.
What the fuck? What did I even do? Oh, fuck!
It's in my best interest.
I was gonna say pause it somewhere else, but that's a little
podcast
insensitive
for
to
us
what the
just
fuck is
half-ass
going
this
on
shit.
right now.
If I just
Very
reduce my
insensitive,
output
actually.
and then care
Watch my
more
mouth.
about the things I'm still concerned about. So now I have more time to focus on playback, and playback's been doing well recently. My stream's been doing fantastic. I have more time for that. I have a lot of overtime deliverables
Now you're
because
outta
I got to
here?
deal with them for the
How am I out of here, bro?
year, and like they've been
WPR,
fantastic.
fire
It's been a blast
PR.
commentating those games. So I'm just stretched in so many ways that I don't do any of them great anymore. And I got tired of just being mediocre, knowing what I'm capable of. So in all reality, I think this podcast could have been huge if
Damn,
both of
Lo.
us had that time to dedicate to it. Like a clip channel never took off, like really like that. The podcast has been stagnant for a little bit in terms of views, but just forget the numbers. Just in terms of the quality, how we organize it, like audience retention hasn't improved at all. Like we have brand deals on it, but it's like, I don't know how to explain it, man, but it's just when something has a high ceiling, I get excited. A&P, very high ceiling. Like we're doing.
This nigga Lo's like, damn, I need a job. Fuck. I'm playing, Lo. I love you. Lo, I love you. Lo, I love you.
Stop hating.
Lo, I love you. Lo, I love you. Lo should stream more though.
Shit I didn't even imagine, talking to brands I didn't even imagine, talking about money I couldn't even imagine, having more fun than I could even
ain't trying to hear
imagine.
this shit.
We're talking
Look
about
at
these
Lo, bro.
trips. I'm like, bro, this seems like a dream. Playback, like having a commentary channel where we could just discuss topics on the internet, and it's pretty low lift, but it's fun to do. Like my most meaningful laughs in the past 2 years, a majority of them in my life, I have them while we're shooting playback videos. So when we shoot a playback video, I'm having a blast because we're either reacting to something very dumb or we're just having an interesting conversation, but there's always something interesting about it. My Agent Zero channel is just like a sandbox now where anything I'm passionate about, like I dropped a weight loss documentary, it's been doing great and people tell me what they're inspired. So now anytime I'm like, yo, I want to move in this direction, I'm excited. So I'm just designing my life in a way where the things.
So basically, from the get-go, it's just like a motivational problem. Which I understand. I mean, this man Agent is like handling like 600 different things, bro, all at once, and that shit kind of gets tiring. So I understand why he cut it off, and I understand he chose the podcast because he wasn't having as much fun. So I completely understand. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say anything else because it just sounds like insensitive or like not understanding. It sounds selfish of me to say, oh, I wanted it to stay because I just wanted it, but.
I'm doing have very high ceilings and are getting the attention they deserve so they can grow the way they need to. And that way I feel like I'm doing all of them an honor rather than a disservice. So, yeah, I hate quitting things. So I kind of like for the last year been shaky on the pod. But I didn't want to stop because I'm thinking like,
Okay.
is
nah, bro.
I
His
don't wanna
podcast
quit.
is finished.
Quitting feels like a failure, but this podcast didn't
You look, you heard him in the beginning talking about something. You end every podcast. We start everyone and we ended it. Shit. You feel the way, bro.
fail. We dominated the
it is
gaming
what it is.
category the entire time. Even though it didn't make a ton of money, it was still positive. So it was a W in terms of a business sense. And then probably more importantly than all that, the
John
community
X
we
Low?
built and the Nutty gang was like. And it's funny because when I go outside and people talk to me
who's
about
revealed
anything,
channel?
now I get most excited when people are like, "Yeah, I watch the podcast or I watch the stream."
Crazy.
Those two get me excited the most because I know those are the diehards. So
Someone said it.
excited the most.
No, what the fuck is this? This is demonic. The Legend of Kroger, bro. Stop.
Because I know those are the diehards. So
Someone said it the other day. They was like, I was watching the pod and I heard someone in the back. And I didn't know that was you till I saw you. I was like, yo, I need a pod. Like, it getting a lot of pod.
Yeah.
Pod gets a lot of love.
yeah, so that was
Johnny
my
boy.
hesitation for like not wanting to make
Johnny
that decision.
boy.
But anyway, I just had a convo with Lo about it like a month ago. It wasn't more so a decision, rather than just a conversation about where I'm at and what I'm thinking. And so part of the reason why we
when you
scaled
was
back to
coming.
one pod a week was because me and Lo had a conversation when we did that. Was it like 6 months ago? Probably more, 8 months now.
Yes.
And I was like, yo, bro, I do not want to do this.
Look at
and
Lowe's
that-
fat ass. Why are y'all so mean? What did Lowe do to you?
Low, bro.
What did Lowe do to you?
Funny
He's a
as fuck.
cheater. Okay, did he cheat on you? No. What he do to you? Yeah, he fat. He fat as shit. But like so, a lot of fat motherfuckers on this planet. Get more bitches than me. Facts. Oh, 4 times. You haven't even 4 bitches, my nigga.
Back then, I was way less interested. But then one pod a week made it more palatable. Like, it took less time. There was a lot less lifting to do from everybody. Like, but then, like, I don't know, I'm finding myself in that same situation. So, I don't know. My objective was, like, ideally, I don't want the pod to end. I could just have, like, somebody fill in the role.
Yeah,
but then I guess you didn't have any interest in doing a pod where that was the case.
Yeah. I think the
that's
one
what gets
aspect
weird.
of it I think it's kind of hard to explain is the half-assedness of it. Like, I don't, and I'll just speak for myself, but I think you probably fall in the same vein where it's just like, it's really, really hard. It's kind of irritating knowing that something is being put out and like you're not like giving 100% and you feel like you can just give more.
Like, here's a good example. My bad, Caleb. But the Bruce podcast, that was one of our biggest podcasts, but I cannot watch it because it is out of sync. And I guess I didn't realize how much out of sync frustrates me. It's so out of sync that
Bro, that's why when I'm on stream, I'm like, yo, am I synced, nigga? That shit is ugly. When I go back in my VODs or clips and I see my voice isn't synced, I get so triggered, bro.
I watch it with the visuals up, I'm pissed the whole time. But things like that don't slip through on
y'all be like, no, it's straight, it's good. No, you good.
Channel. I would never let it. It won't slip through on the stream. I would never let it. It won't slip through on AMP or playback. I just would never let it. So, that's just.
You mean give you another one?
Yeah.
Sorry, Caleb. I hate this set.
The set?
Yes, I hate
well,
this
I like
set.
the set.
No, I hate the fact that the colors are not changed and they're still just like they're still like bright yellow or like room
how y'all feel
temp
about this set?
color on lights. It should be like blue.
Why?
I hate all this shit behind us. I just hate it.
How y'all feel about this
I
set?
hate the fact that this is a whiteboard.
How do you feel about
and
it?
we knew from like the first
Corny.
episode that we had a whiteboard that this should not be up there because a light bounces off of that and the person who put something under they cannot see it. Like all that shit I noticed, but it's like I do not have the bandwidth to come in here and
You worried
change
about
this
the
shit. I'm
wrong
sorry. I'm
sets.
sorry.
Get in the gym
I like
and
the
do
set.
some
I like the
sets.
set.
But Caleb.
I don't know why. Okay. Nobody said that. Okay, somebody said the first part of it. I added the second part. That's my fault. I'm sorry. I didn't add. Okay, somebody did say he worried about the wrong sets. The gym part. I'm sorry. I just pulled it out my eyes. Okay, I'm sorry.
I knew I didn't like the set as soon as he did it.
Wait. Okay. To be fair, both of y'all's communication is ass when it comes to like certain things like that. You didn't tell me. So if you would have told me like, hey bro, can you fix that? It'd have been done.
I don't, but here's the other thing about
That's cap. I
You don't get to talk.
No, I asked
you don't get to say nothing
niggas
about
for a new marker 2 months ago. It's the same marker.
Damn, we were.
and let's be clear, I didn't like the set as soon as I
Bro,
came
I'm so
in.
bad at letting go of things, chat. Like the end of peer to peer, like no more episodes ever, bro. It's crazy, bro. I still have a bike in my mom's garage I used to ride as a J, and I won't let her throw it out because of like the memories and shit. Bro.
Did I?
Bro, listen, we got
Did I know? But
yeah,
no.
we got video proof
Of what?
I liked
of the
it.
actual day.
I liked it.
Huh?
I liked the set.
Oh, you one of those? What the fuck is that supposed to mean, hoe ass boy? Yo, My Mingo. You a grunt with 999. What the fuck that supposed to mean, boy? One of what? A hoarder. I'm not a hoarder. I don't have that much shit to even hoard. I don't have a lot of shit. I'm not a hoarder. It's just sentimental things, bro.
Did I like the set?
No.
The
markers at the house.
ones, yeah.
Listen,
Did I like the set when we first got here?
No, he didn't.
I did not like the set,
okay, but like the thing was,
and it was for aesthetic
to be
reasons.
fair, like this set, I was trying to do anything to like spruce up the pod in any kind of way to be like, all right,
I am a
let's do
Sando.
something
I
that,
hold
like,
a lot of
we can
sentimental
genuinely
and I
enjoy.
appreciate that.
Yeah, for the
I
fans.
just hate the execution. To try Aiden now, they'd be like, "Come on, your body
It might
got
be
it."
the
be
final
honest,
minutes
even
of
with
peer
one
to
arm,
peer
he probably
forever,
gonna take
bro.
most.
I don't care about low cheating or whatever. I love
He
the
said most. He said most.